Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Curse of Mud and Mystery. We're doing episode 21 tonight. As always, we're playing Curse of Strahd, but it's been modified and transformed, and we're playing in Frostmark setting and with the Frostmark system. There's a content warning of bad language, gothic horror, and gore. And with me, I have a wonderful cast of players. I got Lady Lyria, the half-elven magus, played by Julie. Hello.
My future husband is a necromancer.
Oh no. I got Calvin, the gnome ranger, played by Wee Wee.
No.
Wee.
Don't call me that again!
Okay, I'm sorry.
But those fucking emos.
And I got Nixon Vistani, a tiefling bard, played by Adriano. Hello. Welcome.
Lightning hurts really bad.
True. Shocking, isn't it?
Can we kick the DM? I want to kick the DM.
Hashtag vote kick.
Certainly not least, we got Sir Asphoda, the Dragonborn paladin, played by Aaron Knox. Hello!
Hello.
Yes! Last time, the party entered the Blue Water Inn, sat down, had some wolf stew, and talked with quite a few different people. You guys met Danica Darakova, the wife of Erwin Martikov. Illyria went up and talked to the very depressed carnival master Octavio, that gave her a bunch of warnings against the Wachter brothers, Karl and Nikolai, the son of the second most powerful person in Vallaki, Fiona Wachter. He also warned Illyria to follow the laws of Vallaki, and if they ever come across the other, they should run like hell. The party also talked with the two hunters, Solstar and Krushkin, who hasn't been able to go out and hunt like normally in the woods because there's a bunch of Vistani around looking around for Arabelle. They claim that they haven't seen or heard anything about Arabelle, but they promised the party to let them know if they notice something because they want to get out and get back to their livelihood. Nix, you ordered some food with the sausage with Erwin Martikov. Then you guys went out for tea at the very nice and pleasant place where nobody is strange, Burgomaster's mansion, where you met Lydia, who seemed very anxious but polite, and then Vargas once more, who rambled on quite a lot about different subjects and about how all is well in Vallaki and the festivals are a huge success. He apologized also for the incident that happened at the gates, but excused it with like that you cannot trust anybody, you need to be suspicious in these lands. But also insinuated that following the law, applies to everybody. He also said that a union between the House of Fedemore and the House of Valakovich would mean good business for both houses, and offered up his son in marriage to Lady Lyria. He also said that he would be willing to enter into a partnership with the group if they found out what is happening at Lady Wachter, because Vargas is having the suspicion that Lady Wachter is trying to take power for herself, and Vargas is thinking that this might happen in the coming days. Vargas left these two youngsters by themselves. You guys talked to the servant who told you guys that the two servants who has gone missing have their all belongings still in the house. No guard saw where they went. After pressuring him a bit, he broke down mentally and just started crying and sobbing and saying, "Please do not take me back to the cell, all is well in Vallaki." You followed Victor to the second floor, found his bedroom, realized it's way too neat for a teenage boy, found the trapdoor in the ceiling, headed up to the attic, find a room where you heard some weird sounds coming from, and Nyx got zapped by a lightning trap. And that is when we are going to start once more as you stare into the surprised, well, more than surprised look on Victor's face, just standing up from his desk. Let's see, where were we? We were here. Beep, beep. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's it. And let's change the music. What? Blip, blip, blip. Here's where we want to be. Yes. So, Kelvin and Aeronox, you're kind of like peeking over furniture and boxes because you were hiding when Nyx went up to open the door. Illyria had already like stepped forward. She had vaulted over this armchair to get to Nyx, worried that he have hurt himself. And you, Illyria and Nyx, you have a clear view to Victor and these very strange cats inside of the room. Kelvin and Aeronox, you're still like wondering what is going on. What do you guys want to do?
She gon' peek, a little discreet peek over this crate to see what is up.
I think you will have to. You can probably see a
Yeah, I
little
see
bit
a
of a cat,
I
but,
feel like that cat.
but you won't be able to see Victor unless you step out.
Yeah, she ain't stepping out just yet. She might let's see. I think she's gonna attempt to crawl discreetly, a little slithery slew, closer.
Godzilla sneak.
Yeah, the
A
Godzilla sneak.
dragonborn being discreet, yeah.
Let's for funsies make a dexterity stealth check here.
This is I love these checks.
Woo!
Well, no, but do you have disadvantage?
She tries anyway.
Yeah.
It works pretty well, but you know the disadvantage. You know, there's still some metal scraping against the floor, but it could have been way, way worse. And you're actually a little bit surprised at your own, at yourself. Victor comes out of his surprised stupor, and immediately rushes to the door, going on the way. Are you fucking mad? Knock! And he continues like running past you all, seeing.
Can Illyria try to grab him?
Yeah.
Bounce him like a Goliath.
It's not running to Aeronox specifically. He's not running towards you guys. He seems to be running past you for something. But yeah, you reach out to grab him. It gives you a poisonous look.
Look, I apologize. We didn't mean to intrude.
Not now! Not let me go!
She just lets him.
And he rips open the carpet from the latch, opens the latch really quickly, just leans down his head, and you can hear him basically shouting, Dad, everything is fine. Lady Lyria is just up here with me and something fell. You don't need to send up the mastiffs or a guard or Isaac. We're fine, I promise. And you can like hear like a muffled reply from the other side, and Victor eventually say, "Yeah, Dad, fine, sure, yes, I promise." And then he closes the latch quickly and throws over the carpet and stomps back. Honestly, are you? That could have been. Oh. me a
Look.
fucking fright.
Did he notice the large dragonborn or no?
Yes, he saw you
I'm-
lying there on the floor.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we just wanted to talk to you and we went looking for you.
Well, that's fine, but fucking knock!
She just looks over at Dix.
Don't
I think we got
understand what
the-
could have happened here. Oh my.
Nyx is standing there, kind of like frozen in place, and he's kind of just absorbing what just went through his body. He's just like statuesque.
Mhm.
Who's
Ow.
gonna stand up? She up.
He leans his butt against the table, crosses his arms, and like looks over to Nyx and says, "Well, that's what you get."
It was. I can taste my spine. I'm going to sit down over here for
do you
just
wanna
a moment,
sit
and he's
down,
gonna go
Nyx?
sit down on the.
There's a bit of a dust cloud that comes up, you know, as your weight.
His
suddenly
hair
comes
is like
upon it.
all shocked and like it's no longer like in a pompadour. It's like
Right.
scattered.
A
It's
bad
like,
90s hairdo.
Yeah, it's like smoking around the collar.
Asphoda's just gonna like fan it, just kind of like, to like put his hairs back in place.
Do you mind if I come in?
What the fuck? You already seen it, so why not?
I mean, if you have the explanation, I have no intentions of telling anybody.
That's very good. I would.
Fuck
be
knows I
interested.
wouldn't want my parents to know what I was doing.
And you know,
Although I have to admit, it didn't involve cats.
well, it's not that much. It was the only way to experiment. I thought it was the least. Like all of them were dead already. It didn't kill any cats.
Do I believe him?
Sure, let's do an empathy question.
I'm so good at those.
Asphoda overhear it.
Sure, but you can't really
Sure.
see his body language, so it would be a disadvantage.
All right, I'll take.
Yeah, no, that checks out.
Let's see what I have here. Yay.
17. He seems very perturbed that he has been disturbed. And he seems to be still like reeling a bit from the shock of that sudden sound. And seems to be calming down for every second. He can't hear anybody opening up the trapdoor and coming up here. But he indeed sounds truthful when he say that he hasn't killed any cats.
Okay.
Well, Lady Fedamore, you know, with him as a dad, you can imagine.
Just Delirious, fine.
Okay, well, Victor, then, yeah, please do not say anything to anybody about this.
Look, as long as you don't go around telling my parents that it was me who set the sofa on fire, we're good.
I don't know. I can't even. Well, fine. He gives up.
She gives them like a little bit of a smile.
Well, I guess we're stuck with each other for a bit longer now, selling this new lie.
I guess we are. I mean, we could just wait outside if you're more comfortable with that.
This is kind of my... What do they say? Man cave. It's more like my private sanctum where I can feel I can truly be myself.
And yourself is zombie cats?
Well, no, there's not a magician. Here, look at this. And he walks over to this carpet over here, shushes away this cat here that seems to follow his command, jumps up on the bookshelf here. He pushes the carpet away, and on the floor in a circular pattern is softly light blue glowing Coptic runes in very complicated patterns. Been working on this for a very long time, but it's not complete. I don't know what's missing, but it just doesn't want to work.
And I ask,
You can make an intelligence occult.
God.
Uh,
I have no idea.
yeah, you're left dumbfounded. Probably distracted in this moment, but you can ask what it is instead.
Oh yeah, Illyria was just about. It's a quite interesting hobby to have. I apologize, but what is this exactly? I know it's runes, but I can't tell
Really?
what for.
Really? You haven't, but isn't the Protectorate way more magically enriched? You don't know what this is?
She just sort of like laughed. Well, I guess one more thing to the list of things that makes me a disappointment. I never was very good with that stuff.
He furrows his brow heavily and then he says, well, it's supposed to be a teleportation circle.
Oh. Are you trying?
Well, obviously. Trying to get the fuck out of here. But
I
it won't
can't really
work.
blame you.
Yeah, well. Hey, any of you bozos out here who have some knowledge about magic from the Protectorate?
Perhaps, but I'm certainly not a bozo.
Well, I'm not in luck then. Goes back, puts the carpet back up.
Oh my,
Well,
she's a waltz over there.
I
Jeez. She just gestures for the, circle.
guess when we get out of here, I could always ask my mother. Just laugh.
That doesn't really help. Yeah, and Asphoda, you saw the blue runes underneath the carpet before Victor put it back, and he had traveled back to the table to lean against it, his arms crossed over his chest, brooding look.
What do I understand these runes? Can I make heads or tails of them? Have I seen them before?
I You know, you can also make an occult intelligence check if you want to, even if you don't have occult.
Dang, if only I had advantage. But no, alas.
Things upon cultish musings. But I think you heard the teleportation circle. Yeah, right. You heard it, so you know. You know basically what it is,
Okay,
but you haven't seen one before.
alright. She says, well, I'm not the one who makes these circles, but I've certainly seen them before, heard of them before. Enough to know what one looks like. Why it's not working? Well, again, I'm not
If
the one
you
operating.
I wonder if it's related to this place again, or are you trying to get out of here as in this land, or
But where it would be better than this, I'm sure.
I can't argue with you on that one. No offense.
I would like to dispute this whole notion that it is impossible to leave the mists. I mean, the Vistani do it, so there must be a way of doing it. It's just about unlocking it.
I'm sure if anybody can find that way, it would be you. I mean, it's actually quite nice to see somebody who isn't quite content with being stuck here.
Insane.
Yes, very depressing.
You really think so? That I can do it?
You made this one so far, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, and
For yourself.
I assume you did most of this on your own.
Well, the
All of this.
teleportation circle, yes. The books, of course, have been of help. You would be quite amazed with what past adventurers have left behind after they die.
Well, we heard that we're not the first ones to come through here.
Yeah, no, it's been a few over the centuries. Aeronox?
Huh?
You said something.
No.
No? Okay.
If you... I mean, outside of this whole thing with your father, would you be interested in maybe helping us out, if you can?
He ponders to himself, looks between all of you, and he says, I don't know what I can do.
Well, we are, I mean, apart from Nyx, I don't think any of us are like the bookish types. And we are very much also trying to get out of here.
Yeah. Well, you don't look like complete idiots to me, so it makes sense.
Are you suggesting that if we are to help him out of this place, have him come along, or of the sort?
Oh, I'm mostly just suggesting that maybe if you make any progress, or if you need any help with whatever you're doing, we could help you. And if you do manage to find a way out of here, you'll let us know. I mean, I would offer to take you along, but it can't be that much of a bad influence. I feel like I would get in some trouble with your dad.
Well, if you're able to find a master spellcaster spellbook, their notes that haven't been found so far, and if it would be that I happen to get the stupid thing working, sure.
Out of interest, Nyx coughs. How do you know it doesn't work? I mean, you seem to have gotten quite a grasp over warding spells. It was quite an eye-opener for sure to experience it. But how do you know that the teleportation circle that you have tried to create doesn't work? Have you tried it?
Not. Please come in and close the door.
Nyx is wary of the door.
Illyria opens the door for him and closes it behind
He
Nyx.
does like a half hop through the door.
I getcha. Alright. From the books that I have, I could tell that there was something not completely right. Alright, it's not supposed to pulse like it does. It's supposed to have a steady glow. And some of the runes just doesn't wanna they just don't wanna link up like they should. I can tell there was something wrong, but I tried to teleport items and it's just the items go on in a puff of smoke. The two oh my god. Laborious. The butler and the maid saw some strange light coming from my window one night when I wasn't careful with closing the shutters. And they came up, demanded what I was doing. I tried to tell them some of the truth to make them walk away and let me continue with my research. As soon as I talked about the teleportation circle, they wanted me to teleport them. No matter what I said. No matter how much I begged, saying that it's not finished yet, they wouldn't have it. So,
Empathy check.
sure.
Is he telling the truth? That, I mean, it seems pretty suspicious that they just look at something magical and just immediately ask him to jump.
Yeah. Can Asphoda as well?
Yeah, sure.
Oops, not
Makes
plus
perfect
36.
sense in Kelvin's head.
I mean,
Dang,
Illyria
plus
is
36.
36.
Yo, damn! Holy
Can
fuck.
Illyria also try?
Sure. Go ahead.
What would it be? Empathy or
Empathy,
composure?
Yep, yep.
Tell me everything.
Oh, no.
Whoa!
You got a
You got
26,
some high rollers.
22. Yeah,
Yeah.
high ballers.
Yeah, Nyx, you're still a little bit sapped.
He's a little bit zazzed out.
Little birdies around his head.
Yeah, your vision is going a little bit in and
Disney.
out, if that makes sense. But Illyria and Asphoda, there's something here he doesn't say. But he just continues talking while you're having this musings to yourself. As he says, they said that they would tell my father, and I obliged, and they disappeared. It's not good.
Can I see the book? I mean, just like Illyria says, I have a keen interest in books, but maybe I can see where you're going wrong.
Do you have any knowledge of magic?
He gives this weary, cunning smile, and he will cast poison spray in the air. You could say that.
Please, I understand you can do that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know I was competing. Do you? Well, he looks at something else in the room. Like what are these up here? In the corner.
Oh, those seems to be small humanoid figures that seems to be carved into the likeness of children.
That's not weird at all.
No, clearly.
Not weird at all.
Sure, why not? He will cast Sacred Flame on it. Deck save.
I think it succeeds.
Yeah. The one of the wooden figurines are slightly singed, and Victor immediately says, "Shh! No more loud sounds, please." And that trick, so easy. Don't you have anything that is harder?
Well, a few things, shall we say. It depends on what you're expecting. For example, I could conjure something out of thin air. And, or I could turn invisible. Or I could... And he looks over to one of the cats. It is something new to me, but... Let's say one of those cats was to once again live.
At that point, like, he turns his head towards you. But they have been dead for so long, can you really cast it? Really?
It is something that I'm getting used to. Traveling with my companions, I seem to be feeling more sure about myself and this internal assurances. But I'm not sure if that would, well, depending on how long they have been dead. I haven't quite figured out the nuances yet. I have not had the opportunity to figure it out.
Well, let's say it like this. Take a look at the teleportation circle and tell me what you see. That way I can gauge how much you know.
Alright.
And occult intelligence, if you...
He will wave his hand and give himself guidance.
Yeah.
You didn't say the word.
You didn't say the word. We can call it intelligence.
And how many ranks do you have?
None.
Oh, okay.
But I have jack of all trades, so
Okay, you know a little bit of a lot.
a lot about a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I drew
Damn.
20.
Damn. looking at the teleportation circle and the Coptic runes and the arcane circles and patterns that have been put there, they all seem to you correct and pretty masterfully fully done, but it's just that the as he says, it is a pulse coming from it rather than like a steady shine, like it's not connecting properly. As to why, you have no idea.
Whilst it does look like you seem to be, well, following instructions well, might I take a look at what you are copying from? Because I cannot say whether you have the skill or not. Clearly you do not know why they are pulsing, and you are right in saying that they should not pulse. But how do you know this? Where do you read this from?
He walks back to the table and crosses his arms and says, "Whilst I'm grateful that you won't say anything, and I am willing to enter into this, deal with you guys if I ever solve this, I do not feel comfortable showing off my treasures. These books are mine."
They can remain yours. I do not wish to take.
A wizard do not reveal their tricks.
Ha. Just tricks, eh? Is that what you want to be remembered for? Just your tricks? You clearly have more skill than that.
I know I do. And I know that I know more than you.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is probably true. Yet I am a little bit perturbed by the fact that you have surrounded yourselves with cats that have yet to, cease moving. Is there any particular reason why you decided to do this? Are you excited by this fact that you have made
What? Their protection. After what happened, their protection.
for protection from what?
From people coming in here like you did.
Well, I think your ward on the door was more than sufficient as a protective spell. If it wasn't for someone as someone with such wherewithal as me, maybe someone else would have died. But I'm not sure that is what you want, unless you are expecting people to die at your door.
No, well, I don't know, just extra protection. Just in case.
As for the, she sees these zombie cats. Is she confident that if she were to punt it, it would stay dead? Like, what kind of protection is zombie cats?
I mean, they look pretty small and fragile, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, zombie and cat, unless it's like a zombie lion, this ain't happening. She, corks her brow, and she thought back to the story of the two servants, and then way back further with the poor butler who had a mental breakdown.
Yes.
And something about a cellar.
Yes.
Cellar is below, right? Yeah, cellar is down, not up.
Yeah.
She gives a corked brow, and says, something more happened to that teleportation circle when those two servants jumped in, as you said.
Something more that happened? They
Yeah.
disappeared. But not through the teleportation circle as they were teleported, they disappeared.
Kelvin, Would you mind just doing a sniff check around using your famous nose? Part of me wonders whether this exceptionally smart boy, and calling them disappeared equals more than erupted.
I can show you. Okay. Here. Piece of normal parchment. Everybody step back.
I wanna get out of there, Kelvin,
Right.
or else it'll be.
Definitely. Kelvin suddenly scurries away.
Use
He,
one of your cats.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, the cat moves as well. He pushes away the carpet one more time and thoroughly. He whispers some words in Kapta. No, he places first of all the parchment in the middle, then whispers a few words in Kapta. The ruins start to glow viciously, much brighter than before. And the parchment kinda levitates up in the air, and then it disintegrates into tiny, tiny, tiny pieces.
Ah.
Disappear as in dead.
Yes.
Huh.
It's
Kill-
That's not what you wanted to do, right?
absolutely not.
Hmm.
Great,
I mean, it's
huh?
got another purpose now, but yeah.
What exactly did that butler say? I know he was sorry about something. My memory's fuzzy about that butler.
He was scared he would go back to the cell when he if he dared to imply that not everything is well in Vallaki.
Okay, unrelated. Probably unrelated. Got you. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a whole other like can of worms.
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, okay, never mind.
Well, it's your call, Illyria. He is your groom to be, perhaps. Whether or not
mean,
you
I
divulge this information, it seems killing staff may be frowned upon.
It was an
I
accident.
don't.
Of course, but accidents have families.
It's a very bad thing to say.
I think we should keep this secret.
Certainly, because the moment the one below thinks everything isn't well, we've seen what that butler, little breakdown.
You don't happen to know anything about that, do you?
No, but I've heard rumors. Just letting you guys know that if you do tell somebody, you will be killing me as a person.
Seeing that butler break down was already bad enough. We don't need any bloodshed or death.
I think that if it really was an accident, then you shouldn't, I have no intents of telling anybody.
Good. It's very good.
It is. And if we are to keep this little secret between us all, we had hoped that you might look at us favorably instead of dismissive. For we are here in Vallaki to achieve something too.
Well,
I
this
wonder
is...
if your abilities might assist in our endeavor. A little trade, perhaps.
I don't know what you're expecting of me, but My skills are mostly academic.
Well, you are the son of the Burgomaster.
He gets this very, like, a little bit of a very concerned gaze as his eyes flicks between you guys. What of it?
There's no need to feel defensive, Victor. It's just, I think you have more weight than you think you do.
Are you calling him fat?
I think you're overestimating this. I do not have this kind of influence that you speak of.
I mean, I don't expect you to go out there and sing from the rooftops that Illyria and the visitors from the Protectorate are the best people in the world, even though we clearly are. We simply have a task to do here, and it would go a little bit easier for us if we had some sort of evidence of your favor.
What do you want? Speak clearly.
Well, we all know that you and Illyria are not going to be wedded. You do not want that. But your father doesn't want to hear that either, and we don't want to tell him. He seems to be quite persistent. And you do not want us to tell anyone about your teleportation circle or the fact that you have dead cats around you whilst the Vactors are missing their cat.
That is correct.
So, I propose this. We keep up the charade. You continue to tell your father how enamored you are with Illyria and how his idea of marrying her is such a great one, and you finally see the light. We go about the business with the favor of the Burgomaster because of the expected bride-to-be and ceremony. This will make our task within Vallaki a little bit easier, knowing that we have this very well-known family within Vallaki behind our backs.
Illyria just sort of like shoots you this look of like, you kind of like decided that without me there, didn't you?
I mean, you can say no to this. This is just merely an idea, Illyria.
I mean, she doesn't actively say it, but she just looks at you like, you know, do I get a say in this? Like, I know we kind of talked about it, but not really, like...
I know that my involvement with the group here is a negative in Vallaki. I think we need an extra positive to balance this out. That is all I'm proposing. I hate to be a burden. I'm trying to do things to make me not one.
Well, fine. I will go and tell my father that I am also over my heels in love, whatever, with Illyria.
Tell him she really likes books.
Sure. But I do think that my father want more out of you than just young love.
Yes. He did mention something that we were supposed to do for him.
Yes,
If
in a
you-
couple of days with the festival.
No, I think he was like trying to like send us to spy after the Bacter family or something along those lines.
Was he? Side
Yeah.
above the table?
Yeah, that wasn't on the table.
What was he?
Yeah, I can repeat what he said. The treacherous Lady Fiona Wachter has made a move against my family, though I cannot prove it. In the past week, 2 of our employees have gone missing, and I have reason to believe that the Wachters are responsible. Fiona Wachter, in her madness, believes that she could rule Vallaki, and she seeks to depose me. There are also rumors that she consorts with devils and demons. Find out the truth, get me proof of her treachery, and you can have whatever you want. But you need to move quickly. Whatever she's planning, it must be stopped. Find out what it is and report to either me or Isaac on the morning before the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Well, I mean, we figured that servant part out, I think.
And it depends. I mean, we are in a unique position here. We could theoretically throw the Wachters under the carriage, so to speak. Merely presenting one of these cats to Victor's father and saying it was from the Wachter's house would dissolve Vallaki into a political turmoil.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure that is a good idea.
Because all is well.
Well, whatever you're planning to do, plan outside of the Burgomaster's mansion and let me go back to work.
Of course.
And if you would be so kind to tell us a secret knock, so I don't get shocked again. That would be helpful. I do not want to do that again.
Well, just announce who you are and I will open the door.
Sounds like a plan.
To me too. Oh well. Happy hunting, I guess.
Yeah. And she actually is gonna make her way back out.
Alright. Nixillyria, still standing in there? No?
It's like,
You're leaving? Nick's staying?
No,
Ooh.
she's like,
Mix is staying.
Give him a wink.
have a good day.
For what it's worth, you too. Nix is staying in the room, huh?
I've moved myself.
Oh, not on my
No,
wall.
it's not updated.
Weird.
What?
Not on mine.
No,
What? Okay.
for me you're still Lyria's
start your-
looking for Nyx.
Roll funny real
Nope,
quick.
still inside for me. Lyria just like pokes her head back through the door like, Nyx, are you coming?
I think Nyx is just lagging, leaving for a second.
Yeah, he's
Nyx
been
is
shocked.
loading. Just
His,
has like the dots. Has like the
His
circle.
connection is bad.
No, no.
His reactions are delayed from the shock.
The shock,
Yeah.
you know, it messed with his man. Or whatever, I don't know.
He's just reconnecting.
Okay,
I move
no
myself
worries.
out.
But it doesn't really matter. You guys walk down the trapdoor, past Victor's room, past the room that the Burgomaster came out from, and you hear the soft growls of the 2 massive black mastiffs from within. You head down the stairs to the entrance of the room, still hearing Lady Lydia hosting those Barovian women, and you head out onto the streets of Vallaki. Once more, it's probably 4 o'clock right now.
On our way out, I don't know, Lyria probably politely tells somebody that we'll be leaving early.
Lydia Vargas.
Just whoever she, like, catches, I don't know, probably tries to maybe knock at like Vargas, I don't know, room or whatever it was.
Right, you peek into a
Just, politely.
you peek into what seems to be an office. In the middle is a huge mahogany desk, a leather chair with a high rise where Vargas sits with a lamp on the table. The rest is more dark. There's just bookshelves that go from ceiling to floor against the walls all around the desk. And he looks up, nods to you, and wishes that you or says that you can come back anytime you want to come and meet Victor.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah, she just sort of like politely says like, farewell, and that she'll definitely like try to find the time to see Victor again because it went so great.
Right. Went super great. Alright. You step out to a rainy.
It left Nyx quite shocked. I'll see myself out.
It's a rainy day. Still about 4 o'clock. And the city is yours.
I'm just sorting out some lag issues on my computer.
Okay.
Do we have any other plans for the day?
Not in
Not die?
particular. Besides, well, yes, that.
Our standards are pretty low, I think.
Do you see me move my token?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Left, right, left, right.
I mean, we can try to get something, I don't know, done, although I'm not entirely sure.
Let's go here instead so you get a more fun overview.
Actually, Asphoda has a little idea.
Is it too late to go looking for some clothes for Asphoda?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Nick's
Yeah.
the jacket back.
Yeah. Asphoda doesn't want to hog the jacket.
Yeah, I mean there are several places here that are of interest that you guys can go exploring, and one of them is indeed the Beast Roast. Why do you say roast? Like the Beast
I
Roast?
don't know,
It's
but
supposed to
that
be the
sounds
Beast
not like a
Roast.
tailor.
The Beast Roast. There we go.
Great, now I'm
I
hungry.
mean, it sounds like a pretty good like name for an inn, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry.
Wow.
Do you not have food?
I had food after the stream, and I just had like a sandwich before this stream.
I haven't eaten yet. I'm thinking omelet, cheddar, and sour cream, and bacon.
Oh, nice.
You guys are just making
Okay.
yourselves more hungry at this point.
Yeah.
Focus,
Okay.
focus.
Okay. The Frostmark. We're playing Frostmark. Let's go.
Yes, there we are. Thank you. Yes. You guys had a tailor. You had a general store. You had a bookbinder. You had a coffin maker. You had a stockyard. You had the Blue Water Inn. You can talk to people. You have a blacksmith. You have the Wachter house. You have a church and a large mansion with a lot of orphans around it. And you also have a half tiefling that is living outside of the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
that for now only Calvin and Nix knows about. Should we get our measurements for the coffins, you think? Wow. And he also had a carnival wagon here. A lot of different areas to go to.
I mean, I think first we're gonna do is the tailor,
Right?
unless
I think it's
anybody
fair.
objects.
No, I think Asphoda's been naked long enough.
Yep. Yep.
Strip for me, Asphoda.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Yes, mistress.
I want Illyria hitting up people, they're not hitting up her.
Whoa, let's calm down.
Again, and you thought you didn't know why Illyria is the temptress.
Uh-huh.
Okay, never slow this down.
That was more Julie making shitty jokes than Illyria being a temptress again. But to be fair, like, the whole, like, Strahd and Holtz thing is kinda on her, so I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm. And pledged to be married. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Because you don't want to be on good times with the fucking mayor.
Keep focused. Let's go back to the story.
you guys walk down the streets as the rain pours down from above, feeling pretty gloomy as the sun is climbing its way towards sunset. You probably think that the shop should be open for maybe 2 hours more for tonight before closing down. But you have seen this sign for the Beast Rose before, and it's very close to the Blue Water Inn. So you trot on over there, and indeed it is open. It's a very homely, cozy kind of storefront with living quarters upstairs. The workshop area is within the shop itself, giving it a very intimate setting. And the first thing you can see is a hulk of a man sitting on a tiny stool in front of a tiny, well, not tiny, a normal sized mechanical sewing machine, but if you compare it to him, it's very, very tiny, and it's like large sausage fingers. He's just handling this really nice lace that he's he's sewing, and from a back room, a very small 20 to 30-year-old lady with an easy smile and a very puffy and dreamy dress comes swirling through the shop to you.
Aw.
And
Nice beard.
she stops in front of you guys and says,
She's really pretty.
"Oh my Boreas, you're actually here, and you're actually true. You look like a dragon, you look like a child, and you're just colorful. Oh my god."
Just colorful. I mean, I'm more than that.
A child. A fucking child.
Oh, thank you. I do try. I do adore my draconic visage. And she like just pats Kelvin, the top of Kelvin's head.
You're fucking lucky I don't have my ladle.
You have a ladle now, don't you?
She basically squats
I don't
down
know.
and looks at Calvin a little bit more curiously and says, "Oh, but everybody in town is saying that you're like a man-child thing, are you not? You're so small."
I'm a gnome.
Unknowned? Unknowned? Are you unknown?
I'm not even gonna try and fucking explain it to you.
No,
No,
please do.
it's-
Please do.
Go on, Kelvin.
You are so cute.
We are people, just smaller.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ah, that reminds me of the tales of the dwarf that came through here quite a long time ago. Yes, that's why.
They're weird. They've got like hair everywhere.
Hmm.
It's kind of disgusting.
I mean, I wouldn't say disgusting, but you're not wrong.
They seem kind of more squashed.
Well,
We are more like actual, just people but smaller.
it's super exciting to meet you, Mr. Gnome. And she reaches out her hand.
I do have a name. My name's Kelvin, but yeah, and he's gonna take her hand.
Mr. Kelvin! And then she like shakes your hand enthusiastically up and down, like almost like ripping your arm off almost, but you can see it is just pure exultation on her face. And then she swirls up in her full length, which isn't much, and clutches her hands against her chest and looks at you all excitedly and says, "So, what can we do for you? I'm Gilly. That's Gilly, and I'm Lottie. We're the owners of this shop. I take care more of the business side, and Gilly over there, my handsome-looking man, is taking care of the sewing."
Does it look like he's enjoying the sewing?
Yeah, it looks super into it. Really focused on this really delicate piece of like lace that he's sewing, and he turns his head, and you can see has like several like small needles that he has between his lips, and he just nods and goes back to work.
I love it.
Same.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Gilly and Lottie. I said that right? Lottie?
Yeah, Lottie.
Okay, Lottie. We're here mostly for me. My armor was taken, and I have nothing beneath myself besides a shirt and my undergarments.
Your scales are though so shiny. They're fantastic. I've never seen something like that. Are you sure you want to cover it up? You look like a dream.
Thank you. But yes, it's for posterity's sake. It is as hold on, I'm trying to find the words. It is as mesmerizing as me seeing skin instead of scales. Certainly, if I don't have a shirt, most people would see you naked. It is the same with us.
I see. And she taps her lip and she goes, It's about dressing for you than for anybody else. And that's how it should be.
Yes, in that regard. But if you want to see my scales closer, you may.
Could I touch your hand?
She extends her hand outward.
She takes it carefully. She has very like delicate small hands, and she marvels at the scales, taps them, and like gently touches their outline, and then she looks up at you with the most brilliant smile ever, and she says, "Marvelous."
Thank you. I do try to keep them clean, as brilliant as possible.
Now, what do you want? Do you want a dress? We can make it more down to earth. You can have it fit for a dinner with the burgomaster. Do you want work clothes? Do you want something more sturdy? Are you planning on heading out onto the road, maybe over to Kresk? No, I wouldn't recommend that, but you know.
Well, we certainly do be on the road often. Something casual but durable.
All right. Gilly, would you help me? Bring the measurement. And Gilly grunts, looks to his lace, and is like halfway done. Grunts in disappointment, puts it down, removes all the needles from his mouth, and brings over this measurement thread they're using. And Lottie swirls towards the cashier, where she brings up a little notebook and an ink pen, and goes back. We're just gonna take some measurements. Just hold still.
All right.
And Gilly is like 2.2, like, so he's not, and he's broad as well. So he feels in some ways, I guess, more equal to you than many other people here. I guess Luvash also had a little bit of this feeling to you. But they measure different areas, and it's like wordlessly between them. Like Gilly still hasn't said one word. It's just Lottie hanging over his shoulder, or underneath his arm, just looking at his measurements, going, okay, 23 centimeters, all right, 165.5. And they just like quickly work, Gilly, and then Lottie asks, so, what kind of material would you like?
Asphoda blinks as material and clothes isn't in her repertoire. Shoot. Well, no, what do you have to offer?
Lottie looks over to Gilly with a questioning gaze. Gilly gives you like a look over his eyes, looking like at. You feel very naked underneath his gaze, but not in an uncomfortable way. Then there's like a gleam in his eyes, and he walks over to Lottie, leans down, and a very gravelly voice whispers in her ear, and then she turns to you. Oh, we have a preposition for you. What about some tight wolf leather pants, and then a lofty white or beige linen shirt, and then we can create maybe some kind of jacket or vest or a cowl, a cloak.
Oh, well, that sounds fashionable. She looks over at Nyx. Correct?
You do pull off a cowl quite well, Asphoda. I welcome my garments back as soon as possible, but ultimately you pull it off really well.
Very well, then. As she turns back around, that sounds quite marvelous to me.
Well, okay, awesome. How soon do you want it done?
Well, as soon as you're able to retrieve it. Well, how soon can you procure it?
We can probably be finished in 2 days' time, but that would be more of a rush order.
Oh, so it's 2 days' time is considered rush order?
Yes. And she goes on to say, well, you see, these measurements are quite unusual for us.
Ah, that does make sense, yes. She looks at the party. How long do you think we plan on staying here?
Well, we do have some business here, and I guess we were more or less invited to the festival.
There's also 3 days left until
Invited.
the ladle is finished as well.
Mm-hmm. Most important thing, of course.
But you have a backup one now.
Backup label.
It's nowhere near as good, but will do.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the feeling, Asphoda, that you have never really had clothes tailored for you.
No, this is the first.
Then, if it would make you happy, we can ensure we stay at least as long until you get your garments.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be wonderful then. Very well
Alright.
then.
With the extra material that is required, as considering is in rush order, and she looks over to Gilly again, with a quizzical look. Gilly simply nods, and Lotte say, "Yes, it is decided. 5 gold."
She looks at Illyria, who's in charge of the funds.
Wait, since when?
Who's in charge of the funds? Where is our money?
Nobody is in charge of the
have-
funds.
We have 40 gold in the party inventory funds.
So,
Yeah.
are we good to spend 5 gold?
But
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What else are we gonna spend it on? Food? God.
We're fine on food. At least Asphoda is fine.
Yeah.
I'll edit it down
No,
to
we're good.
35 gold. That's
Yeah.
I think Asphoda's the one that eats them most.
I think the whole party universally agrees that we're gonna treat Asphoda.
And having her naked is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. She will procure 5 gold from somewhere, wherever this party keeps our gold, and
yes.
passes it on to her. 5 gold it is.
And if you would be so kind, I mean, I know it's a rush job, but might you have something more simple for the time being? I don't know. You seem to be well skilled in seamstressness, whatever you call it. Something, I don't know, like a sheet.
They
But
look
elegant.
to each other, and then Gilly seems to have another eureka moment. Goes in the back, brings out a large, like several meters of dark blue wool. That he just starts like draping over Asphoda without consent.
Were these your curtains? Ooh.
and start doing like a draped dress on you, and then like puts in needles, and he doesn't have to say a word. He just his creativity just awakens, and he just sees this finished product before his eyes. It brings out a needle and thread, and Lottie dances over to you guys and says, "Oh, look at him go!"
I assume you would want some sort of payment for that too.
If you bring back the cloth for us in an okay state, then we will borrow it. But it's gonna take a little bit of time here. We're gonna do some really light stitches. She's bringing this together. It won't be really good for any work or travel, but it will be a really nice draped dark blue dress.
I think Asphoda will look good in a dress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never been in a dress.
I mean,
First time's the charm.
Hey,
Is it?
I feel like I'm very much biased on dresses, but I'm sure you can rock this.
she remains still as Gilly does his seamstresser magic.
I can get behind something like that.
Yeah, he just creates this very light stitches that just keeps the dress together, and it kind of creates this toga like creation, but still feminine and still resembles a dress. It's just a lot of layers that creates this this volume and pattern. And he, after about 10 minutes of sewing this together, he steps back, looks you over once, nods. That's good.
Look at you, Asphoda.
This is quite comfortable. Thank you.
For that quick work is just 2 silver coin. And if you bring back the dress to us in an non-tarnished state, you don't have to pay for the cloth.
No, I think, well, the work speaks for itself. And in technicality, this is my first dress. So, she'll procure
Really?
2 silver coins, and gives it to her. You keep it.
Lottie is just sunshine. She says, really, this is your first? Oh, Gilly, we just gave her her first dress. I'm not talking to you, Yui. You're not getting your first dress. Don't worry about it.
Yo, you got her a dress!
Look, I'm sure Yoi could rock a dress if he wanted to.
I'm sure he could. I'm sure he could. Yui OnlyFans?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
OnlyFans when?
Oh god.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that he's more popular than I am. I'm just
mean-
jealous.
So if
I'd like, what do you do on OnlyFans? Like, subscribe?
so
Let's not talk about this.
Yeah,
I-
Get away from this.
I mean, we could find out.
No, we
No.
can't.
No, we're not. No, we won't.
Nix will take the jacket away from Asphoda.
I'd also pay for your OnlyFans. Don't worry.
Nix will take the jacket.
Yes,
from
we heard
Asphoda.
you. We heard you.
The jacket.
I just don't want Bexxy to feel bad.
Okay.
The jacket is been back in Nix's possession.
He will take it with a flourish, like opening up the way that the design is on the outside in front of Gilly in a dramatic sort of whirling around as he puts his hands in it and it slides on him. He goes, it's good to have it back.
What amazing work that is. Who is it by?
No, these are drags. Yeah, I don't know. I was, I suppose, gifted to it. It is pretty much the only gift I have.
Only gift?
Well, yes, I mean, where I come from, we don't, I guess, give gifts, or maybe it was just me. I never received gifts except for this one.
That's sad.
Well, at least it's something. Some people never go, or go their whole lives without a gift. So we can take in the little things. It is a remarkable design, though. I am quite fond of it.
The embroidery work is just masterful. And Gilly also gently walks over to you and takes it in.
You could just ask if you want to see it, Gilly. Bane. He takes it off and just as he's grabbing hold of one part, he kind of does this rotation away from him to disrobe, in a elegant style, as leaves it with Gilly.
Gilly takes it gently in his arms, in his hands, and brushes the fabric with the thumb and looks it over. This embroidery that looks like mosaic, a mosaic window of a church almost, with angels and demons. He stares at it for a moment and then looks up to you with bright eyes. seen this once before.
Excuse me?
When I was a lad, I saw it walking down the street of Lucky, and it was what gave me the inspiration of becoming the tailor I am today.
Where in Verlaki, may I ask?
I was just walking down the street, about to sign up to become a guard, and I saw a tall figure from behind, with bright blonde hair falling down to his back, and this exact same embroidery on his back. And when I saw the splendor, I just couldn't take up arms. I had to create with needle and thread, but I've never been able to recreate such a masterpiece. I never thought I would see it again.
Nyx blinks. A little lost for words for once. Someone else was wearing this jacket?
Yes. Unless you have changed your appearance.
Well, I've never had blonde hair. I've thought about it, but I don't know. Something about the chemicals. How long ago was this that you became a expert seamstress, Gilly?
This is a really sad question that I need to ask. How old are you?
Nyx is 25 years old.
25 years old, okay. About 30 years ago now. Bit less.
I've never heard this story. I just merely thought it was the garment gifted to me. I don't know. Yeah. Kelvin, I don't know what to say here. This man says he's seen this jacket before. Well,
Who gifted it to you?
It's a very nice jacket.
I did not know that. I mean, it could be a copy, though, right? It doesn't have to be this jacket, right?
I mean, it's a very
gave it?
unique jacket.
Hmm.
And if it is
It's very hard to
really
copy something
that
like that.
fine work as he says, I highly doubt anybody would mass produce those.
I mean, Madame Eva gave it to me, of course, whilst I was growing up.
And perhaps that man was a friend.
A friend of Madame Eva,
Who
30
knows?
years ago.
Perhaps.
I mean, she was spry back in the day.
Then I suppose she was spry enough for her to receive the jacket.
I am sorry. Thank you for the information, Gilly. I am sorry that you have not seen it since now, but this is a lot to take in for me. I'm sure you can understand. I've received bits and pieces of information over the years, and more recently, things are starting to accumulate. But I didn't think that this jacket would be any sort of thing outside of, hey, this is Nix's jacket.
Well, of course. And if you ever find who wore it before you, and you learn from them whoever created it, I would like to know.
Oh, okay. Do you recall anyone else who was in Velaki 30 years ago?
I was just a young lad back then, and Varga's father, Vargon, controlled Valaki.
Is there anybody from back then who's still around?
Maybe at the church or something. I don't know. They tend to stick around for quite a while.
Indeed, Father Lucianus could have let them. The Arasex are also pretty old.
The Arasex?
Yes, they own Arasex Stockyard. Yelena and Gunther. But they would be quite young back then. People don't live to become too old in these parts. Well, it was a
I
pleasure
understand.
to see it again. And he hands it back, and Lottie is like standing there with like big eyes, her hands underneath her shin, and she like leans in and whispers to Lyria that's standing beside her. He hasn't talked to a stranger this much in forever.
Well, I think sometimes it seems like it's a very important item for him.
Lottie nods very like somberly.
You know, finding your calling, so to speak, knowing what you want to do in life.
And he has certainly found his. What a gift from Boreas. Well, I hope that you are properly satisfied. Daughter of the Dragons.
I'm sorry, what?
I hope you're properly satisfied now. Daughter of the Dragons.
I'm sorry, I'm like, I'm not.
I'm hearing door-to-door dragons, and I'm thinking of
Daughter of
door-to-door
dragons.
dragons
Yeah,
salesman.
No, daughter of dragons.
Okay. Okay, I was like, door to door? Door door?
Yeah, same.
Door dragon?
I'm glad it's not just me.
No, I heard daughter, but then I know her accent, so maybe a bit.
Okay, I get it now. Yeah,
I was just thinking about like either a door-to-door salesman selling dragons or dragon door-to-door salesman, and I'm not sure which one's better.
Okay, whatever.
Daughter of dragons.
okay. She pleasantly nods. Yes. It has been a very pleasant time. I procured. You have given me my first dress, and have another outfit in 2 days' time.
What a dream. Happy to help.
You take care now. We'll see each other again.
Hope so. Don't hurt the cloth too much. Alright. Careful. Take care.
You as
Be
well.
well. Be good. So, like, sends you like several goodbyes as you walk out of the door.
Illyria, when we're out of the door, like somewhat curiously, like leans like over to Nyx and is like, "So, did you really never get a gift other than the jacket?"
Is that such a strange thing, Illyria? I mean, I don't know what it's like in the Protectorate, but did you get the impression when you were over in Sepul that I was liked?
No, I'm sorry. It's just kind of sad. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize. It's you can't miss what you never had. And Nyx is like a little bit preoccupied, just like looking at the jacket and realizing they're out about on the street. He puts it on inside out again, so it's the dull exterior, or interior is now exterior.
We can go talk to Father Lucius tomorrow if you like.
I didn't expect this sort of information to Lucian. I didn't expect this information to, well, hit me. I just thought it was just a jacket, but
I think you do want to know.
But of course, I mean, whilst we were in the castle, Strahd did mention a couple of things that made me think, and
Illyria just immediately goes like, "Careful."
Maybe we should come up with a secret code name.
You're supposed to see the devil if you have to name him at all.
Well, I don't want to, follow convention just for the sake of it. I don't want to refer to him out loud. I want to refer to him without having to worry about who is listening in.
Well,
The jackass.
as you know, everything's well in Vallaki, but I think Jackass will do.
Right. Okay. Well,
Gremlin looks happy that they've gone with his pick.
the jackass did mention something, looking at Calvin with like a half smile.
Illyria just sort of like smiles too and is like, if anybody asks, it's like my great uncle. He really is no fun to have around at parties.
Tell me about it, uncles. Mine once decided to chuck me into the fucking swamp for a bit of fun. God, it was not fun.
It's always
He
weird.
wanted what now?
Do you need a hug, Kelvin?
I mean, I'd be down for one.
Nyx kneels down and just like gives him a hug.
He'll hug you. Yeah.
Like, it's going to be okay. There's no swamps around here.
Thank fuck.
Well, maybe there are
There
one
are.
or two, but. Section checker.
There are no swamps in Vallaki.
There's no
You don't need to do
around here.
deception, he believes you.
As long as you're within the walls of Olaki, there will be no swamps, therefore all is well.
Yeah, there are no in Vallaki.
What is Nick's gonna say about the jackass before we completely forget that?
Right. Well, the jackass. Whilst we were having a conversation on the balcony, he did sample some of my blood in a different way to the way that he sampled yours, Illyria. It wasn't so erotic.
Wait, you would describe that as erotic?
Oh, you would not
Could you
believe.
describe it as anything else?
Yeah, I did say, and my father would call it a one pump chop.
Illyria just sort of like looks between all of you like, what the fuck, guys? I did it because I had to, like, I had to.
Yeah, just like what a sorority girl would say.
I mean, I don't like the territory we're approaching here.
Now let's
This has been
backtrack.
such a roller coaster of things.
Then
Holy
let's backtrack.
fuck.
On the balcony, he sampled your
Right.
blood, but it was not the same
Sample-
way.
Yeah, stop derailing me, guys.
Oh,
He had a weird expression on his face. Like he was expecting a certain flavor of wine. Dragon Crush, for example, but instead tasted Stop.
was
Did?
He called my flavor odd, and not of that of Velaki.
Mistani.
you
Vistani.
did say that you were always different, didn't you?
I mean, that's just something people say.
I mean, did Illyria like notice like that half Vistani?
No.
Yeah, I don't think she did.
No, only Calvin and Nyx knows of that
Yeah.
for now.
So it's like I mean, you. Okay, here's a very weird question. What does she know about tiefling genetics?
All right. You do not
Getting into the
have
science of things.
academics, genetics.
No, I mean
or
she was
biology.
pretty she was
Accurate
pretty
genetics.
close to a tiefling at some point. It's more like if she knows what like a half like tiefling would look like.
Yeah, let's do just intelligence, and it's gonna be a pretty hard roll.
Intelligence microbiology.
It's gonna be she's not gonna get that. Oh,
Oh, 17. What you do know about tieflings, because you know you have been taught by the protectorate, and they have a pretty good schooling system, and considering your parents as well, that tieflings were originally humans who worshipped the devil and demon gods, entered into contract with them to gain more power, but then they were betrayed by the demon and devil gods, the devil gods, and turned into tieflings. They had a part, a fiendish piece of a soul was put into their body and mingled with their own human soul, which changed their appearance, but also made them susceptible to the devil hierarchy that exists among devils, which means that if you're you enter into a pecking order where you need to follow the orders of the one above you, and the tieflings were the lowest on this ladder, and were treated like slaves by the devils and the devil gods. But then the war happened, and all the devil gods were slain, and the tieflings gained a bit of freedom to express themselves individually instead of being just this mass of humanoid slaves for higher devils and the gods. That is what you know about tieflings.
okay, cool. That was a lot of information that I didn't ask for.
Well, you know, that's how they were created. And
Yeah.
how their soul works.
You know, my question was more like, I don't know if like tiefling traits are dominant.
Nope. pretty dominant. They are.
Mm.
That fiendish part of their soul is very stubborn. Very hard to get rid of. That's also like a reason why people distrust tieflings, because they think that they are inherently selfish because of their fiendish part of their soul, and also why a lot of people of other races don't want to have children with them, because they don't want their children to inherit that susceptibility.
So it could be a possibility that
But it's a possibility. Tieflings can have. Not in all cases it works out, but it's a possibility of having half tieflings.
How do you proceed?
so Illyria is just gonna kind of quite carefully bring up. It's gonna be like, have you ever thought about that? You might be at least partially something else.
Something else, Illyria? I mean, can there be any more to me than there already is?
Well, I mean, you don't know who your parents are, right? Or do you?
No, true. I mean, it's hard to keep track. It is the Vistani way. There isn't exactly what you have in the Protectorate, I suppose, with parents and offspring that are kept to each other. You have your mother and your father, yes, as well as Asphoda. She knows her parents, and Kelvin has a certain degree of, well, ancestry that is known. At least he looks like Kelvin. Like, am I
He
right?
nods. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just in case. The Vistani do not work that way. The Vistani, as you know, are a little bit more of the ilk of embracing life wherever that may arise. Offspring is merely the result of embracing life. Those who can no longer or do not wish to embrace life in such a exciting way, one could say, they become the carers. I am just a child. I thought I was just a child, just like any other Vistani. I was raised kind of similarly to everyone else, except for the part where, for some reason, I was not really considered to be included, and then I grew to resent it, and I think I was also part of the problem. But no, no Vistani really knows who their parents are. That is the way.
I think we should talk to Lucian at some.
Of course, it's the fact that I'm struggling to really grasp this, and forgive me for pausing. It's just, have you ever assumed one thing for so long to be told it's wrong the whole time that you've known it this way? Like singing a song incorrectly for your whole life and then told you have the words wrong. That's how I
Yes.
feel.
Just like it's not taken for granted, it's taken for granted.
I feel a very strong sense of deja vu.
You feel called out. Well, so, I mean, when someone tells you that you've got it wrong your whole life, I mean, when it comes to a song, you're like, oh, damn, well, that was unfortunate, and now I feel silly. But it's slightly more to have someone tell you you've had your whole life wrong.
I mean, I can't say that I necessarily relate to that.
Well, I did not expect to come into Valaki to have been told that, well, this jacket used to belong to someone. So, if it is okay with you all, I mean, of course, I would like to investigate this, but
I mean, I'm curious too.
well,
I think if now we don't know if that is related in any way, but I think if we're trying to figure out who I was, then you have a right to figure out who you really are, don't you?
who you were, Illyria?
She just looks at you like,
Do you mean what the jackass thinks you were?
yes.
You don't truly believe that you were that person, though, do you?
I don't believe it, but we could use it to our advantage, and there's look back when I had that vision, just maybe it is somebody I'm related to or whatever.
Asphoda puts a hand on both of them and says, well, I say we should look into both of your rooms. I think it'll do us good. Find yourself some closure in some aspects.
And with you looking like that, Asphoda, I think we're onto the right track in getting our way. It suits you.
Thank you.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've never been in clothing so breathable.
How do you feel? Your first dress?
It's a complicated feeling, I will not lie. I feel naked, but I know I'm not naked. It's just, again, breathable. Comfortable.
Elegant.
But I wish my dresses were comfortable. Anyway,
Perhaps you're not
well.
getting the right ones.
What time is it now? GM. Muted.
I muted about 5 in the evening.
I think we might just want to maybe head to the inn for today.
Yes. Oh, but before we do return to the inn, just by chance could we stop by a simple bakery? Any place that sells bread.
Do you think they'll be open? I mean, it is quite late in the day, but if we see someone
I mean,
selling
we
pies
can
on the
check.
side, maybe.
No more pies.
Yes,
I really don't trust pies. I
No more pies.
Omit pies are from the options.
Just
Like-
then, a cart full of pies walk by.
I think all of us just guessed near the cart.
I think we realistically know, but that none of us can ever eat pie again.
No more pies. Pies are off the table. They're
I can
banned.
never make pie again unless I make it.
It's a banned item.
Contraband.
Contraband item. Well, yeah, we can certainly look as we're walking down. I don't know if we know a baker.
Did any of us notice one?
You haven't seen a baker shop, but there are stalls around the like town squares and like the central pathway that sells food and bakery items. And you did see earlier today, but when you revisit those spots, people seem to have packed up early because of the weather.
Okay. Well,
Maybe we can get some tomorrow.
all right. Sounds like a plan.
Maybe they make some at the inn.
I actually would like to maybe do some shopping at some point.
Yeah, there's a general store, a blacksmith, a bookbinder, stockyard, then the herbalist that half of the group don't know of. Coffee maker, indeed. Gotta take those measurements early.
I'm just, just in case.
All right. But you guys head to the Blue Water Inn then?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Alrighto. And the evening song. Let's go.
On
You
repeat.
can play more than one
Is
song.
the evening song also
It's sung in
from
the
the
evening.
Protectorate?
A little bit less known, but yes, you recognize it as well. There is more people inside of the the Blue Water Inn. There's villagers, townsfolk, locals who have come to have a stoop of ale and some warm food, maybe at the end of their workday, because of the weather and slightly chill temperature that outside on this autumn day. There are quite a few inside of here catching their breath and warming their stomachs. Your earlier table has been taken, what seems to be by 4 men. One older gentleman with a very nice trimmed mustache, and the 3 men that sits beside him seems to be a trip-through kind of thing of younger men who look like the older. So it looks like a father and 3 sons. You have a table that just seems to be Barovians, some of them Halvers, Barovians and Halvers. Octavio sitting at his normal spot. Gilly and Lottie actually in the inn, seemingly eating dinner together, and Lottie seemingly like carrying most of the conversation, whilst Gilly is just grunting. And you also have what seems to be Brom and Bray sitting at the bar once more, eating dinner together with a friend with a heavily bandaged arm.
Oh, bandaged arm. Asphoda, when she walks by, she'll come up to the front. Passing by the boy with the bandaged arm. It looks like she's about to order something, for dinner to eat. She sees the arm and kind of says,
Perfect.
"Oh no,
Sorry.
no,
We
it's all
both
good."
moved at the same time.
Yeah. And she'll say, "Child, what happened to your arm?" And so on.
He gets a little bit surprised when he sees you, jumps in the chair, looks up to you. And Danica immediately leans over the bar and puts a hand on his hand and says, "It's all right. Oh yes, little Jessica. She won't hurt you. She just looks different." Oh, alright. You asked me what happened to my arm?
Yes, that's quite right.
I don't know.
You don't know what happened to your arm.
Shakes his head.
I don't think she needs an empathy check to know that this kid is. I think this kid knows plenty what happened to his arm.
I wanted to sleep over with Millivoy at the orphanage. I really like Millivoy. But when I woke up, my arm was all bruised.
Bruised. Odd. Arms don't get bruised when you sleep.
Maybe I fell. I don't know. But what the other kid says is the rectress. They all have bruises too. And claw marks.
She kind of squints her eyes. She looks away and squints her eyes at this. Is there, does she know any, like from protectorate training and her profession, any creatures that go bump in the night that would do this sort of thing?
Ooh, interesting. Considering Argent purifiers.
Yeah. Sounds like a ghost. Poltergeist. Something spooky.
Ghost.
Asphoda, certified ghost hunter.
Let's do intelligence with your proficiency, as you will be rolling academics.
Intelligence, proficiency, academics.
Yes, as if you would be rolling academics.
Okay, so I gotta put this on. Intelligence plus proficiency. That's just +3. Damn.
Doesn't seem to be any details here that jumps out to you and points you in any direction, no.
Well, you said other children of yourself been waking up with suddenly bruises?
Yes, you say it's the rectress, but I don't know. Millivoy still trusts her, so I don't know what this is. I don't want to sleep there again, though.
Didn't you say the waitress?
The rectress.
Rectress. Oh. I'm sorry, I've never heard of what a rectress is before.
Neither have I, was about to say.
Oh, a rector. It's the female version of rector. Which means a leader of a school institution, basically.
Okay, like a principal.
So like a principal?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Latin word for men or principal.
Oh, I see.
Using these fancy words with us, you know we won't understand them.
Okay, I get it. So she dwells upon this. As well, the rectress do this to you guys.
She's so strict. At least to the other orphans. But I'm lucky. I'm adopted by the priest.
Well, that is quite fortunate for you.
Yeah. Father Lucian is my father. Isn't that a little bit funny?
A father's father, and you are his son.
Yes.
Does it hurt still? Your arm?
It took most of the pain away, Father. Father Lucian, Father Lucian.
Father Lucian.
Aww.
I can try.
Why'd you make good NPCs when you're just gonna kill them?
Oh no!
If this child dies, I'm going to riot.
Asphoda takes out her hand, kind of offers it to the kid, and asks, "I can take more of the pain away if you would like."
You can? Father usually heals so many per day that he doesn't have much use left.
Well,
Are you a father too?
no, I am certainly not a father. But I am.
Daddy.
No.
No!
Daddy cool.
No, I'm not a father. But I am one who is familiar with his path. Would you like to see?
What's the name of the child?
You don't know.
Yeah,
Someone
she
has
hasn't asked yet. Yeah.
I thought it already came up when like Thingy talked to him, but I might have imagined that.
Yeah, no, she hasn't asked this kid's name.
Well, anyway, we might find out.
Oh no, I meant when what's her name? The
In lady, she leaned over the bar and said, "Calm down, or they won't hurt you." Blank.
Or
Right,
just
right,
these
right.
two boyos. This is a new boyo.
No, yeah, she was leaning over. She might, I remember, she might have mentioned the name, but it's if she would, it was Jessica.
Ah, yeah, it was.
Jessica says, "Oh wait, father told me to be careful around people who have magic tricks that are evil. Are you evil?"
She shakes her head. No. If your father's father is a priest, then my magic is quite similar to his own.
You follow Papa Boyas too?
She procures a necklace of the symbol of Boreas on. Yes, quite so.
Boyas, he protect us. Oh yes, you may try.
Oh my god.
Boreas works in wondrous ways. But you know what's the thing that's Boreas wants the most?
What does Boyas want the most?
She gently points to this child's heart. You. He
What?
wants you
He
to
wants
be.
me?
Yes, he
I'm
wants you to
scared.
be the strongest. To be strong.
Strongest? I don't know
Yes.
if I can be that. I'm just so small.
Well, would you believe it that I was small as well?
No.
Yes, I came out of a little egg.
You're so large. How could you be so small?
Well, when you eat right, you train, and you take care of yourself, you can grow up big and strong.
Can I become as big as you one day?
Or maybe not, but you can certainly come close.
What? You better hear me now. So I can go out and be strong.
Oh. Then offer your hand, and I'll certainly do that for you.
He winces a little bit as he moves his hand a little bit closer and holds it tightly to his body. This is the best I can do.
Well, then let's see if I can take a bit of that pain away. And because it's the end of the day, and Asphoda expects nothing bad to happen, and she just adores this little kiddo. She'll drop 10 of the 15 lay on hands she has.
Oh shit.
Doesn't seem that way.
Are you gonna
Like
come
that
back?
it fixed it.
Alright, okay.
Restarting Discord.
Okay. Yeah, you heal the child's arm. And it seems like the last of the bruises and the claw marks fades away, and he looks to you and said, "You did it! Thank you."
Of course, little one.
He then turns to Brom and Bray and says, "Should we go out and play soldier?" And they nod enthusiastically, and the older one says, "Yeah, let's go out and play soldier. I know the greatest sticks in the jar." They run out of the house. As Danica shouts after them, "Careful now!"
Oh, children.
I don't know what it says about me that I'm able to roleplay a child so well.
It's that voice, that inflection.
Look, I don't know what it says about me that one time I tried to make a voice for a gnome, everybody told me that I sound the same, so.
Right. we don't have two here. Members
Yeah.
with us here. So let's take a quick break. I'm waiting for them to
Okay.
rejoin Discord and see if
Alright.
that works.
I'm gonna get some food.
What country is it, people? I can't do that.
I'm gonna get some
Nice.
rice pudding.
Yeah. Like where's where's it based right now? Let's see, server region. Be able for each voice channel determined automatically. If you need a hand, you can read it. Okay, so it's determined automatically, so it should be the best one. Let's see if I can change the region somehow. Okay, let's force it to Europe. Now it's on Europe. Can't hear you, Adrian Jet. Maybe if we move into a different channel? See if that helps. Just join session in progress and I can move you up here. Oh no, that's right, you can
Trouble
just
with
join.
Discord still.
Yeah, I still can't hear you, Adrian.
Or
Other peeps are
maybe
having
it sounds
issues?
as other people have issues too.
Oh, is it the whole of Discord?
Probably. That sucks.
Well, it's probably no problem. Try using the microphone in Roll20. Through Roll20 instead of Discord. I want to receive from others voice only and reconnect. See if that works. Yeah, it's only VC. Sometimes this happens. Discord server status. It's the 10th today. There's not saying there's any reports right now.
Just the voice chats and they're able to message when. I mean, I did try on Roll20 right now, so it's probably weird.
Yeah, try to use the Roll20 microphone, Mivu and Adrian. See if that works. The status says I'm connecting. Yeah, this has been a problem in the past. It's just the servers are a little bit wonky right
Hanging
now.
on Roll20.
Yeah, it's. Try again. Speaking a little bit more. Right, you need to hear
little bit
me
more
as
what?
well. Otherwise, it would be a delay. Right, so I also need to speak through this as well. I'm just gonna mute myself.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
All right.
Tone.
And you can hear me through Roll20 now. Oh. Allow microphone. Alright, now I should be speaking through Roll20 as well, right?
Mike.
I'm already on a headset mic.
Can't hear you, Bexxy, on Roll20 if that's what
Oh.
you're asking.
Okay.
Same with Arrow, yeah. Can't hear either of you on here.
Yay for technical difficulties.
Please stand by.
Just a please stand by. Minor technical difficulties at hand.
Your call is important.
Just sort of sucks sometimes. Like, I mean, Discord is great, but it also kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had it that fucking Discord screws up during a D&D session. It's always Roll20.
Yeah. I mean, I have it sometimes that like Discord just won't let me connect at all. And then I usually have to. It's like where it won't let me connect through my Wi-Fi connection whatsoever. So I try to switch over to my phone and that doesn't work either, right? And then I have to then I usually get back into Discord with the mobile data from my phone, and then it works again after a few minutes.
Oh, Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. No, again.
Voice only. Are you on? Did you have your browser allow your voice, Bexxy?
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Do, 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 do. Weird. Ba 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 da ba da ba da da da. Do 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 do.
Is everything going all right?
Ba 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 da ba da 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 da.
We're trying to use like Roll20 instead of Discord because Discord isn't working.
Oh.
Ba da ba.
I'm not sure. Did you not get the memo?
No, I was
I hear you,
out
Bexxy,
getting
I think.
food.
Or maybe that's.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. Can you switch over to Roll20 for like audio and like mute yourself on here because like Wiwu and Adrian are having trouble.
So does it
Okay,
work
okay.
now for me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now I just mute yourself in Discord and get Aeronox in there.
Yes.
Well, we found a workaround.
I did just tell Aeronox to come into Roll20 voice chat.
I'll keep trying connecting
Alright,
in Discord just in case to pick it up.
we're just waiting now for Aeronox to connect. Let's see, so waiting for her. And then we can continue again till Discord has fixed itself. Have you found a workaround?
Mm-hmm. Can you guys
We hear
hear me
you.
fine?
Yay!
Yes, we can hear you.
Excellent.
We are all here again. Woohoo!
All right.
And it
Alright.
took us what? I don't
So
know.
what just happened is that Jessica was just being super cute, got healed by Asphoda, and ran out with broom and bray to play soldier to become strong like Boreas. What you guys want to do?
I mean, I was like, I don't know, Illyria would be maybe with the others then, but she'd be like, well, I guess that's the evening song.
It is a little repetitive, if I'm honest.
I still think we should maybe try to talk to him some more.
Well, you seem to have bonded with him earlier on.
I'm not really sure I have, but guess I can try.
If you do so, I have one thing I want to check on in the kitchen with.
Right.
Yes. I won't be long. You
Well, I
do
mean-
you do that. I'll go over there. And Nyx gets up.
Illyria will like get over and get like sort of like 2 like mugs of ale or something.
All right. Let me check the cost because now things will cost.
Just 2.
Hey,
Damn. Oh, for
I
her
mean-
guy. Okay.
She'd get you one, but you're going to the kitchen.
I think Discord just fixed itself. Just saying.
Oh,
1 sec.
Okay.
Can you hear me here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah!
Okay. All right. Weeboo.
We're back!
Right, you are not allowed in here, Weeboo.
Woohoo!
Lol.
We was not allowed.
Oh.
No wee woos here.
Wee wee.
Just wee wees.
Damn it. Fuck.
Okay. Anyway,
I mean, I have
let's
the-
get
I have
this
the
list.
odd feeling that he's probably staying here, like, or getting shit for free because he's playing here anyway, but
A mug of ale is the copper coins.
okay, so that's 6 is 4. Okay.
Right, and in the meantime, Danica sees you approach Nyx, and she says, "He's been excited all day. Just head on in."
I tend to do that. And he'll go in with a jovial step.
He's right there, like busy preparing food. You know, there's quite a lot of people in here, but when he sees you, he opens up his arms in a greeting. Ah, my favorite tiefling.
How have you been, Erin? I hope you had a good day.
It's quite a few patrons out there, but it's the more the merrier. It's
Absolutely.
a good atmosphere out there.
What with your bard doing what he does best, and well, I promise to keep my word and spout a few tales or 2 for your patrons. How is it coming?
Oh, I have been working on it during this afternoon when there was hardly anyone here, and as you can see, it's pretty much finished. It's just I've already boiled the potatoes, so I can just whip up the potato mash anytime you want it, and the tomato sauce is just simmering.
Well, I think we are here for the evening. What with the weather turning, so whenever you're ready and ready to plate up in a nice, elegant manner, keep in mind this is for the Dragonborn, yes? So, just a little bit of flamboyance here and there that might touch on where she might be from. But I'll leave it up to you to come up with that. You seem to be the artist.
Yes,
But,
yes, I can see it.
Well, I'm excited to see what you have concocted, as will she be. But whenever you want, whenever you're ready, we will
What
be staying here.
the rest of your table? What do you want to eat? Surely not only the dragonborn would eat tonight.
Oh, true.
Wolf
Do
steak,
you have any
stew,
mushrooms?
Mushrooms. Well, I have a wolf steak for 10 silver with some sauteed mushrooms and roasted potatoes.
What about just an obscene amount of mushrooms? Just like sauteed in garlic and butter and just,
Interesting
let
choice.
the land speak for itself on the palate.
Interesting choice, but that can be done for three silver.
And for Illyria, what would she like? She I think she would enjoy something local. Something fresh. Fresh.
I don't like the way you say that. I'm suspicious.
Oh no, the mushroom would go for 1 silver. Kind of strange. 1 silver for the mushrooms. Something local. Well,
Something of a delicacy. I mean, we had wolf steak earlier on, and it was delicious.
Wolf
but
stew.
Well, stew. Yes. I don't know. Maybe some fish.
mm, what about our famous goulash fish stew for 7 copper?
Could you spice it up a little? We're talking
What?
about ladies here in terms of making things a little bit more like a dining experience. And I am sure, should your patrons also see such wonderful delicacies, they too will ask of you and your kitchen, and your prices will go up.
Oh, I have no interest in that. It's about the food for me. Then what about a steamed white fish with some spinach, and I can use some of that potato mash and some
Sounds good to me.
spring vegetables, lightly sautéed with maybe a little bit of hard liquor that you put on fire. Yeah, I can see it now.
Is your plan to make Illyria seem like a snob?
No.
He's just passionate with his cooking skills.
Yeah, it's
Like when you
I
get-
just want freaking fish, and it's
how
like,
Nyx, no, how
I mean,
Nyx is all the time. If like, oh yeah, no, she's a lady. It's like,
well, it's just he's trying to apply
I
knowledge.
know.
No, that sounds good. I'm sure she would like that. Something that tastes of, Barovia.
Plot twist: she doesn't like fish.
And for myself, I mean, I don't know. I suppose I'm not especially hungry. I've had quite a, overwhelming day. Something simple. Nothing too fancy.
A vegetable soup and some bread? Would that be nice?
That'll be fine. Thank you.
Then go to Danica and give her 2 silver pieces and 3 copper.
Certainly. I look forward to it. And he'll give a few quick sniffs of the air in the kitchen and head back outside.
There's a lot of aromas in there.
Mm-hmm. And he will give Danica, what do you say, 2 silver?
And 3 copper.
All right. 3 copper. Oh my god. Splitting a gold piece.
Metal maths.
7. Sure. I will hand it to her and I say, this is the charge that Irvin has stated for our meal. Thank you.
She raises an eyebrow at that. She says, has he now?
Oh god.
And you just run away. Yeah. Alright. Illyria, what do you do over there at the bar?
She got those like ales, and she's gonna walk over and sit down here,
And then, oh,
and then like shove one over to him.
once again the harp stops, and he looks up with a surprised gaze. Oh, you again?
I can leave if you don't want my company.
Drinking while sad is just slightly more depressing. Drinking
at least
alone
for
is
me,
even more
also.
depressing. So, and you bought me it, so I will share with you.
Well, I'm not forcing you to drink. I mean,
No, don't take it the wrong way. I will happily drink.
I thought that maybe we could both use some. That we could both use a drink.
He takes a big gulp of it, wipes his mouth, puts it down on the table. Rough day?
Yeah, let's say that. I seem to be getting caught up in things that I have no interest in. On top of all of this, being stuck here business.
I take it that you went to have tea with the burgomaster today.
You know?
Word carries.
Yeah, we did. And it almost wasn't a shit show. Excuse my wording.
So you came out there alive. That's a good sign.
You know how it is, be polite, smile, nod, pretend to listen.
Yeah. Pompous people. Exhaust me. He drinks heavily again. Like, he's already, like, gulped down, like, half of it. So I take it that you did not do this just from the charity of your heart.
Well, let's just say that I was somewhat intrigued by the sad carnival master who plays 2 songs repeatedly. I do like the evening song, though.
Well, it's a bit more exciting, not much, but there's more in my repertoire than might be first gazed. He winks.
Wait! What?
And we have a square, folks! A square!
He sees your surprised look and says, "Oh, no, I mean, I have some rowdy ditties that I don't know if this people would like. Frankly, I don't like playing them, but I know a few more."
That's fair enough. I know this place isn't the most, well, cheery, but you do seem very, down.
Well, I left behind family.
Is that so?
Yeah, a son.
How old is he?
23.
I'm sure he's alright. And I'm sure one day that we'll all be able to get out of this shithole.
Maybe.
You haven't heard of any other people from the Protectorate here, have you?
Not since they have heard tales about the last adventuring group that went into Barovia 4 to 5 years ago. led by this wizard figure.
A whispered figure.
Yes, stormed the castle with some Barovian youngsters. Catastrophe.
We
Vistani
we
speak
heard
of it.
about that.
Yes, well. He leans over the table. If you tip me enough, then maybe I can sing one of those Brody ditties.
I mean, how big of a tip are we talking?
Hmm, 5 silver.
She just sort of like throws him like 5 silver.
Alright. I didn't think you would actually do it, but okay.
Look, do you think I would be this poor if I was actually good with money?
Well, as I said, you didn't seem like the smartest Furthermore that I ever heard of.
I mean, yeah. Pretty sure I probably should be disowned by now.
Aww.
If they don't hear back from you in time, maybe you will be.
I mean, not like they're losing much. She just continues like drinking.
He takes a sip, then looks over to you with a super grave look, and he says, "My humor may be dark, but remember, Lady Furthermore, a child is always deeply missed."
She just sort of like eyes him a little bit like suspiciously.
Mm-hmm.
And she just sort of like says, there's a lot one would do for a child, isn't there? And she just sort of like looks at him, sort of like trying to convey like if there's anything more you want to tell me.
He gives you a quizzical look, and then he says, "Oh, you want something for your money? Well, he finishes his stoop, then takes up his lyre, strums a neo chord, uh, stands up and put a leg on the chair, and then shouts to the room. All right, listen up, you bastards. I have something new to sing for you tonight, extra special for lovely Danica over there." And over the room, Danica's like, "Now? After all this time? And to me? What are you talking about?" And then Rictavi kind of ignores her and starts like continuing to like strumming these accords, and like to the accords he's play talking to the music. "There are these vacation camps for young children in the Protectorate. When their parents are away doing Boreas knows what for the nation, they got to make sure the kids are not only safe, but get toughened up. This little ditty is written by a boy of 7 or 8 years or so, writing a letter to his parents about the events of one of these camps where things didn't go as they should. Greetings, Mommy. Greetings, Daddy. Here is word from your favorite laddie. We have it fun here in the camp. but I swear the other boys are tramps. My bunkhouse is pretty slummy. By the way, send more money. I hope it won't be a sacrifice, as I have lost every coin playing dice. Do not worry, I do not weep, but it's pretty hard to sleep. The guy in the bunk bed just above me, he doesn't wake up no when he needs to pee. I have lost 2 front teeth when there was stone underneath my face when I walked on my hands. Now mommy will surely send me to the Badlands. The forest has no thrills, but my body has some pills that he bought from a shady guy. When you down 3 or 4, you become real high. Our warden has fled. He did become quite brain dead. His head was bashed in by a squire after we had run around and played forest fire. In the wood there's deer, in the bunkhouse real fear. And my buddy, friendly Tommy, he has a butter knife in his tummy. The operation will be held soon. I don't know more until next moon. Hugs and kisses and thanks for your labors. But now we will head out to blow up the neighbors. And then you like finish strumming. And
Illyria is just like, she's basically like pissing herself, and she's like, that was worth every single coin.
all of the Barovians here look first very stunned at like the first few verses before they realize like how vulgar this is, and then they laugh with him and they throw him coins, and somebody brings over like a glass of ale and pats his shoulder and says like, I didn't know you could do things like that, and he's like, oh, well, special occasions, and then he just goes back to his normal playing. Gives you a nod and a small smile.
I like that one.
Well, that was different.
Certainly wasn't expecting that.
A little bit of, well, creative licensing, shall we say? Nix is like opens up his book and starts scribbling some of the passages that he's just heard into his book.
Illyria is just like, oh, I promise, that's what happens in the Protectorate.
I have no doubt, but he certainly seems to have seen some things. What did you do to get him to play something different?
Awesome. 5 silver coins.
Ah, bribery. Got it.
Look, he already has most of my money. I'm pretty sure I'm being conned here.
She's okay with it.
Oh, could you not, would you not be okay after getting a song like that?
Fair.
Okay, so I got 2 things. He's depressed. He has a 23-year-old son. And he's depressed.
Well, why don't you make him undepressed? You seem to be very good at that.
Are you sure about that? I mean,
Oh,
I
I'm
guess I
quite
could
sure,
buy him
Olivia.
another drink.
I'm not sure feeding into his alcoholism is a good thing for his depression.
She just looks straight at you. It's like, I'm feeding into my alcoholism.
Beauty. I mean, of course you are.
He seems to have a son that he cares a lot about. He got quite serious on me, the mention of children.
Well,
Are we still under the? So I was gonna whisper to the middle of the table. Are we still under the same suspicion that this is who Ezzy is looking for?
He doesn't say he knows any other person from the Protectorate, and he has a son that he cares very much about, and he's depressed as fuck.
well, it's understandable. If he's a father and hasn't seen his son, stuck in a land he's not quite familiar with or likes.
I mean, he said he left behind a son, but I still do think that it is quite suspicious.
About what? That he has a son?
No, you know what we talked about? We think that a certain somebody might be in this town, either, you know, senior or junior. We don't know who, maybe both.
Ah, I see.
Well, at that point, Irvin comes walking out of the kitchen with a tray full of wonderfully delicious things, and he says, "Food has finally arrived. All your worries have now been taken care of, as the Illyria furthermore will be eating this wonderfully sauteed and steamed white fish from our lake salvage on a bed of lightly sauteed spinach with garlic on a resting over a bed of some root. I added a little bit of carrot in there, so you can see the very lovely orange color to the heavily creamed and buttered potato mash. There you go. A vegetable soup and some bread we baked this morning for our colorful gentleman over here. A full plate of garlic and butter doused mushrooms for our young master over here. And no, Master, no, I'm not implying that you're small, only that you look young.
Oh.
And for our big lady, here you have a spicy tomato sauce with bad sausage. Bad salsissa.
Saucillon.
Salsiccia. She looked wildly surprised. Like, oh, you make bad sausage as well.
It was given to me. You also have some of that lovely potato mash, as well as flambéed spring vegetables. And he puts it down on the table in front of you. And it's basically a square plate with a huge soup bowl on one side that has this deep red tomato sauce with these bits of meat in it, and then on the other side that's just lying on the plate are these streaks of potato mash with these spring carrots and onions just placed on it in a very artistic manner, and some herbs on top.
Oh my goodness, this looks amazing.
Of course, this was all given to you by my favorite Vistani. I hope you enjoy. I will be in the kitchen.
Thank you so much. It looks delicious. She does look quite surprised at Nyx.
Yeah, she looks at Nyx too. Nyx, is there a special
Kelvin is busy
occasion?
looking at the mushrooms.
No, there's no special occasion.
Anyway, to get back to what we were... I guess we could try a different approach. And it could either go very wrong or very, I mean, he's an entertainer. He knows people, he knows rumors.
Asphoda is already chowing down. It kind of like looks at like Illyria with cheeks full of food before gulping it down. Well, how about we enjoy the food first, and then we can get back to business?
Also, I do realize that I haven't asked him about some things yet, but sure, food.
As for that, the tomato sauce is just excellently spiced. Not as clumsily as you did before, but you definitely taste it now. And the bad sausage is just these nubbles of gold that you find in tomato sauce. The potato mash just has this perfect texture, and there's a really nice crunch and slightly sweet exterior of the spring vegetables.
Oh my gosh, she's gobbling all of this up, not like inhaling it or anything, but appropriately. She's not like a fiend or a glutton. But she does make the mention, or not the mention, but it does look like on her face, as usually, as calm, complacent as she is, it is very clear this could possibly be the best tasting food she's ever had.
Aw.
Aww.
Damn.
And not at all laced with anything.
Yeah, that's not laced with anything. She did, she didn't like freaking sniff it, kind of stick her tongue in it, go for poison. No, she just went right in.
Kelvin is just breathing mushrooms.
Illyria is, like... I guess slowly eating away, but I assume it's very good.
Yes. You have like really delicate fish that has this almost like butter, flaky kind of texture, that golden spot for fish. Lightly that light spinach underneath that has a great garlic taste, and then that full, rich potato mash underneath. Yeah. And as you guys gobble away, the doors to the establishment is opened to reveal a person that you have seen before.
Is it our boy? It's our boy!
Why is he now? Why is he our boy now?
Yeah.
He's ours.
Well, isn't this the guy we were rooting for with Illyria? Come on!
Is this like... I swear to God, at some point this is just gonna turn into like the fucking Bachelorette.
Come on!
Bachelorette Barovia.
Barovia edition?
Yeah. Holtz pushes back his cowl, his hood that he has over his head. He seems pretty wet weary. He seems to be been very busy. He spots you. His face immediately erupts in a smile as he sees Illyria, and nestles his way in between
Come
Illyria and Nyx.
So I jostled as I'm like eating my soup. I'm like, God. What yourself? God damn it.
He wipes his forehead a bit and nods towards Illyria. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Quite a day. Oh, I hope your day was nice.
Yeah, it
Illyria.
was alright. We explored the town a little.
What do you think of it?
It's quite nice, actually.
It has its great places. I don't know if you have entered yet the Beast's Rose, but oh, I do see Lotta and Gilly over there eating. They are a very nice couple.
We have. They're nice.
Gilly's
We did get Asphoda over here.
I can see that.
We ordered some clothes, and in the meantime, she got her first dress.
That's quite a new look for you.
Well, it certainly is different. At my scales underneath breathe, I didn't know you can have clothes that are so breathable.
I see. Well, I have finished all my shopping and all my selling and sent the all the wares that the Vistani wanted. Whew, quite a busy day, but I made it here in somewhat an okay time. I apologize for my tardiness.
It's alright, really. I hope everything went well for you.
Well, yes, in comparison to last time, very much better. Illyria, I do not wish to disturb you in the middle of your food, but I was hoping that I would be able to steal a moment of privacy with you, like the other night.
I mean, sure. Is there anything
marvelous.
you want to talk about?
Well, yes, but I think it's for your ears only.
Oh,
As-
alright.
Nyx raises an eyebrow with a soup spoon like in his mouth.
Asphoda is just like some of her fat sausage soup.
Slurping the sausage. Oh my god.
I don't even know if Kelvin's finished eating his mushrooms already or
And
not.
there's just a huge amount of mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
Bigger than your body.
I mean, it was a plate for a medium-sized person, so it's quite a lot.
I mean, the question is, how quickly could he consume the mushrooms?
This vacuum.
I think you're already done then. You're sitting there geesting.
Yeah. Licking the plate.
He's
Probably trying to get every little bit of the mushroom flavor.
happy.
Okay. But please, no stress. Finish your food.
Well, alright. I mean, if it is something important,
It is important to me.
well, I am almost finished, so...
Alright. Would you wish to go with me now?
Sure.
I haven't been more sure of anything for many years.
Illyria just sort of like gets up, and I mean, I don't like you all get that she didn't get that.
Nyx looks at Illyria, then at Holtz, then at Illyria, then at Asphoda.
Uh-huh.
She's just still, but it intensifies.
Mm-hmm. And says, "Are you sure you do not want dessert, Illyria? Or is that what you're going for now?"
I don't know what you mean. I don't think any was offered.
Right, sure. Well, enjoy the night. Wrap up
And
one, it's a
she's
little chilly out.
she's like, she's just like genuinely confused. Like, you didn't offer me any cake.
The slurping only intensifies.
Okay,
I mean, he has to notice too that she has no idea, or is he just like so like enamored by Illyria that he's like. Anyway, no, Illyria gets up.
Yeah. As Larry gets up, and I essentially follow it holds, Asphoda just says, "Just keep it clean now."
Leah's like, what? What do you mean?
Illyria's like, why would we get anything dirty?
Now Asphoda just takes her mug of ale. She'll take her drink, and now it's like,
Anyway, Holtz gently escorts you out of the Blue Water Inn and then around back to the stables again. So I'm just gonna move you to there if you're willing.
Yeah. Where now I still am.
Alright, now,
he's
you guys.
isolated.
Shh, 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 shh. Okay. I'm pretty nice as a GM, but I can be way, way worse.
Okay.
It's pointing
I'm
at nothing.
scared now. What?
No, it's just a warning to them to behave. Halls, we don't hear that anymore. Let's do this. He stands in the on the threshold between the stables and the outside world, looking up at the rain, just for a while, taking in the sky, taking in the scenery before turning to you. Out from his cloak, he brings out a small package and hands it over to you. I saw it on my shopping tour today, and I couldn't help to think about you when I saw it, and I couldn't stop myself. A gift.
Oh, I appreciate it. Are you sure this is all right?
It definitely is. I would be honored if you would wear it. Do you open up the package?
And she's like, do you want me to open it right now, or?
You take a step forward and takes up your hand gently, so you have your palm up, and he puts the package in your hand and clasps his hand over it, So he holds your hand and the package in between his hands and squeezes gently. If you would indulge me, I would like to see your expression.
She is like it sort of like dawns on her slowly. But she like somewhat like she looks a little bit surprised, like, you know, she didn't see that coming even though everybody else did. And she opens it.
All right. You wrap open you remove the wrappings. Within is a fine golden chain with a ruby red pear-shaped gem.
It is really nice. I mean, I not sure I can accept that. I mean, it looks quite expensive.
You do not have to worry. As we talked about earlier, money is not an issue for me. Though I do not want you to think that I picked this out just because it was the most expensive. It spoke to me. I found it to be the most beautiful among the assortment, just as I find you to be the most beautiful.
I mean, I'm flattered. And she seems somewhat like insecure. She's like,
Would you let me put it on you?
Sure.
He takes the little package, puts the wrappings in his pocket, and opens up the lock on the back of it. Then goes behind, your neck, softly removes some hair that is in the nape of your neck, leans over so his hands are in front of you, puts the necklace around your neck, and then gently clasps the lock behind on your neck, and you feel his gentle brushing of his fingers on your neck before he leaves and walks in front of you again. There. That's much better. It suits you.
Thanks. I do hope it looks as good as you imagined.
Even better, I assure you.
Not one for jewelry.
He sighs heavily, turns to the rain once more, and he says, I hope that you have properly gotten to know my true nature and who I am now, Illyria.
What do you mean?
Well, I hope that you would see me for the man I am, and not all of these other details around me. Things can get so confusing sometimes.
Well, you are. I mean, why would I know you as anybody else?
It was never my intention to deceive you. like this, Illyria. I wanted you to gain a perception of me that was untainted by certain rumors and unfortunate events.
Who are you?
When his face is still turned away from you, his features slowly change. The blonde hair turning blacker by the second. And by the time that he turns around, it is not Holt's grizzled face that looks back at you, but the high cheekbones and red eyes.
Illyria just sort of like almost like stumbles backwards a little.
I did not mean to frighten you, Illyria.
You
I felt that this was the only way for you to gain another perception of who I am.
it doesn't I I that doesn't like fix anything that you have done.
But everything I've said about myself is the truth. I do what I must. I am a warlord of violent people. I were an emperor of violent people, and I had to be equally violent to introduce order. There is blood on my hands, Illyria, but you also put blood on your hands to protect the Protectorate. We are not different. We are the same. We are prepared to do whatever it takes to protect what we love. And I am not a faceless monster. You know that now. All this
We're not
time,
the same.
you were truly with me.
You deceived me.
I apologize for that. But I didn't think that we could get the opportunity to speak so candidly to each other. Now we have, and I hope your perception of me has changed.
You and Lyria just sort of like goes silent for a little bit, doesn't quite know what to say. You deceived me. You killed a friend who tried to stand up for me.
Irina was truly unfortunate. I did not mean. I've not interacted with mortals for a very long time. I misjudged my strength. And tell me what I need to do to make it up to you.
It's not something you can just make up to somebody. And the people here are miserable.
That's the curse. That's not me.
You stopped us from... You killed one of our horses, didn't you?
I was angry. He turns to look at the rain again. You promised me. You were the one who deceived me first. I merely wanted to slow you down so I could catch up. Then he turns back to you and says, I have not... There you go, that's a big one.
God!
I really got super big. Turns back to you and says, this is why I come forward to you with the truth. Because I did not wish to deceive you forever. But was it your plan to deceive me forever?
I'm merely trying to see more of Barovia and help people where I can.
Then I have made mistakes, and so have you. Let us move past them. Continue touring my Barovia, but come visit me. I'm planning a masquerade ball in a while. I've been renovating the castle. I want to bring it to life again for you. Please, be my partner for the ball.
All right, but we will be allowed to travel your land freely in the meantime.
Yes, and I would also look to your friends when you start questioning about betrayal. Nyx has been in on this all along. I offered him another reward, and he said yes, helping me be close to you. You might think that your friends that you have brought here have your best interest at heart, but I am going to prove to you that nobody will love you like I do.
Illyria's stomach sort of kind of turns. She just takes another step back a little when he mentions Nyx being in on it. What did you reward him with this time?
has not yet received it.
Not that it's any of my business.
He tentatively reaches out for you, and if he is loud, he will like move away some hair from your face.
Illyria, seeing as she's sort of like, alone with Strahd right now, and I assume he's like still quite intimidating. It's just sort of like,
Yip yip. But you still feel that, weird connection.
yeah, she's just gonna like let him do that, trying to sort of like sort her thoughts.
And while cupping your shin gently, he will like lean in and say, "Be careful now, my Illyria. You know where to find me."
I not get a say in any of this.
Your heart knows, does it not? Why are you fighting against it?
I want to know why was.
I knew her as Tatiana, he says, and leans back, and there's a clear expression of pain on his face. She was passionate about the Tsarevich Empire. She was unhappy with the path that her parents would choose for her. So she came to the door of a vampire noble and asked to be in their service as a bodyguard. And from there, she worked herself up through the ranks to eventually take over that same position as that noble. And she entered my court as a... She was fiery and passionate. A vampire countess. Strong. Compassionate. And from the moment I saw her, saw you, there was no other. We courted for a while, and then we planned our wedding. But on the day of that joyous event, we were interrupted, and all of this happened.
Why are you so certain that I'm her?
Blood do not lie, Illyria.
I mean, how would it be possible?
That I do not know, but your soul is the same. If you wish to stare the truth in the face, the pond of memories in Kresk will illuminate it for you.
I'll keep that in mind.
I do not wish to scare you. And I will not do things as I did in the past, saying how I lost you. Now that you know who I am, I will let you come to me. I will not chase you any further. But remember, I am always here for you. He then disperses into a cloud of bats, making all of the horses inside of the stable neigh and thrust with panic. All the ravens around craw in anger, and this great cloud of bats disappears up into the sky and into the clouds. And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode of Curse of Mother Misery.
Holy fuck.
I knew it!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Shit.